Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I hope you're having a great day. I appreciate you stopping by. First off, this is a VR for Rob at Rob Cash Cards, who is hosting a 1,000 sub giveaway. Rob asked, what is your favorite batting stance? So before I talk about my favorite batting stances, Rob, he is a Cincinnati Reds fan, so there's a Barry Larkin card with the Reds, with Barry Bonds sliding into second. Cool card. But yeah, Rob's a Reds fan. I used to enjoy watching the Reds when the Astros were in the Reds division back in the day. But Rob, before I get to the favorite batting stance, Rob wanted us to shout out three channels. Three channels that I feel that are they don't have enough subscriptions. People should be subbed more to these channels. So shout out to Vintage Dave. He's a Seattle Mariners fan. Y'all go check out his channel. He's undersubbed. Another undersubbed individual is BC at BC Sports Cards, a Cubs fan. I feel like he's unsubbed. And also Robert, the commenting collector, is unsubbed, the Minnesota Twins fan. So check out those three channels if you haven't already. Give them some subscription. Watch their videos. Three great channels. And I really enjoy watching all three of their channels, as well as yours, Rob. And on to the batting stances. The only batting stance that I remember imitating just later on, not when I was in school, but later on I played some church softball, and I was guilty of imitating Gary Sheffield's batting stance. I like the way he batted, wiggled the bat around. So that would be the only one that I really ever copied that I remember, would be Gary Sheffield. But for the rest of this video, my favorite batting stance, I'm an Astros fan, so I watched a lot of Jeff Bagwell. And I got to say, he has my favorite batting stance. It's not a stance you would want to copy. I don't think Jeff done it well. He could make it work, but probably most people couldn't make it work with that type of batting stance. So we'll be looking at Jeff Bagwell. He played with the Astros for 15 seasons, so I'll be showing 15 different cards of Jeff's. One of my all-time favorite Astros players. Here's the first one. I could just replay this all day. Brings back memories of watching Jeff hit home runs or hit doubles, singles, whatever, walk. But all around great player. But his batting stance to me is like a. Did you ever have somebody to pull the trick on you where you were about to sit in a chair and they pulled it out from under you? The look before you fell, the invisible chair there. I crossed that thought, and also the game of Twister. If you remember playing Twister, you would have to spread out really far. And Jeff Bagwell, his stance, the difference between his 2 feet was like a Twister game, and the way he squatted was like sitting down in a chair. So that's my, I guess, definition of what it reminded me of, a cross between Twister and the old remove the chair prank. So that's card 1. Here's another card showing off his stance there. Jeffrey Robert Bagwell, American former professional baseball first baseman and coach, who spent his entire 15-year Major League Baseball playing career with the Houston Astros. Drop the card. As you can see, this card is from 1995 Topps, but I like the colorful background there. Another card showing off his stance. See, it looks like he's sitting in a chair. Somebody just removed the chair. But Jeff Bagwell was born May the 27th, 1968 in Boston, Massachusetts. Batted right through right. Made his major league debut April 8th, 1991 for the Astros. And then his last Major League Baseball appearance was October the 2nd, 2005 for the Astros. So he stayed with the Astros his whole career. So this is a 1998 Upper Deck Collector's Choice. Another card showing off the stance. Jeff had a career batting average of .297, 2,314 hits, hit 449 home runs, had 1,529 RBIs. And like I said, he played with the Astros from 91 to 2005. His numbers would have been way better if he would have played somewhere else, because a good portion of his career was with the in the Astrodome, where it was hard to hit. And also 3 consecutive seasons he got hit on his wrist and broke his wrist in 3 consecutive seasons, which set him back. So he could have easily hit over 500 and possibly 600 or more, but just enjoyed watching him play the game. There's the back. Numbered card. But as you can see, he wore the number 5, which is retired. Another card showing off the famous stance that I used to love watching. I don't know how he done it, but he did it. It worked for him. He was a 4-time All-Star. 1994 National League MVP. 1991 National League Rookie of the Year. He won the Gold Glove in 1994. He was a 3-time Silver Slugger Award winner. He was the National League RBI leader in 1994. And that number 5, like I said, has been retired. He's in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2017. Cool Lumberjacks card. Clean shaven Jeff. He was originally a Boston Red Sox 4th-round selection from the University of Hartford in the 1989 amateur draft. But Bagwell was traded to the Astros in 1990. My favorite trade in the history of baseball. Jeff Bagwell from the Red Sox to the Astros for Larry Anderson. Larry Anderson played Larry Anderson played 15 games for the Red Sox, and Jeff Bagwell played 15 years for the Astros. But Bagwell was named the National League Rookie of the Year in 1991, won the National League Most Valuable Player Award in 1994, teamed up with Biggio and Berkman to form the Killer Bees, and they experienced consistent success during their careers. Bagwell hit 449 home runs for the Astros, the most in club history. Set numerous other franchise career and single season records. He's the only, and I said the only player in Major League Baseball history to have 6 consecutive seasons with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 100 runs scored, and 100 walks from the years 1996 to 2001. Nobody has ever done that. I really enjoyed watching him play the game. Fleer 2004 card. Couple more Bagwell cards. Like I said, 15 for the 15 seasons he played in Houston. But a lot of fond memories watching Bagwell in the 90s and early 2000s play the game at first base. I just sit here and do that all day. But this concludes my VR for Rob at Rob Cash Cards. Y'all go check his channel out. He's well over 1,000 subscribers. Great content, along with the 3 other people that I mentioned. I enjoy watching all their channels. I appreciate you stopping by. Hope you have a great Friday. Hope you have a great weekend. My time is up. I thank you for yours. Hope to see you again somewhere down the road. God bless. Have a great day.